So the Maga John character that I've been doing is like kind of like a reincarnation of a character that I did for a webisode me and a buddy of mine did like 15, 14 years ago. It was called Fondren White Trash, and it was basically like this conservative redneck guy that was buddies with this like super hippie jam band, stoner dude. Which ultimately both of us were like that as friends, but this gave me something to do. My band at the time had broken up. Like my really good buddy moved off. Like my music brother, so to speak, he moved, and the news station I was working for was about to get bought out, and just it was kind of like just at first it was just supposed to be a way to vent, to stay creative, and it ended up doing a lot more than that. This was a time before fast little videos and things like TikTok, things like even Instagram, people were still using MySpace. I think Facebook had just become a thing that people were using like outside of school. Like it wasn't just for college kids anymore. And so my buddy Brandon, who was in the video with me, he's like a huge Widespread Panic fan. So he knew like all the Widespread Panic, family people. And before we knew it, like this thing just was freaking everywhere. When I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere.
He's bound and determined to convince me that this is the greatest fucking band in the world, but I ain't buying that shit. But I had to tell him, dude, I don't want to hear this shit no more. I don't care about this shit right now, man. Dancing like this like a goddamn retard.
They were talking about it on the radio, all the like chat groups, like before the Reddit days, like any kind of fan club chat, like anything. They were quoting it, they were sharing it. It was like it had become like its like little cult following thing. It was kind of fun watching it. It wasn't something that just was like, out there for a while. It like happened. And it was cool because like it brought in a lot of opportunities for like other things, a lot of music stuff, a lot of other things like this. I started doing music for like advertisements and like TV shows, and I did like a little instrumental thing that ended up being on Portlandia. So there was like a lot of like things that came from it that were really cool. Widespread Panic had like they went on like this hiatus, but before they went on a hiatus, they did like this acoustic, like 5-night stand somewhere in Mexico. They would play like that episode, I Can't Stand Widespread Panic. They would play that episode before every show. I remember I went to a festival like maybe like a couple years after it had been out, and Widespread Panic was at the festival, and I didn't think much of it. And people were just like, hey, you're that guy. It was pretty cool.
Have you ever been to one of these goddamn Widespread shows? These little cults, these little revivalries that they got? It's fucking insane, man. Before you even get to the goddamn show, you gotta go through a mob of hippies trying to sell you a bunch of shit. From fucking LSD to goddamn hippie chains. The place smells like dope. Then you get in there and it's like you get trapped. You become like one of them, and you're all like, got this contact high off all they fucking dopes in the air and shit.
Funny or Die had like just came out, and they started like signing people to do like exclusives for their website, and we were like the third or fourth group of guys that they decided that they wanted to make an exclusive like webisode for their website. So we did that for a while, took it off of YouTube. I think it had like between YouTube and like Facebook and everything else, it was well into the millions when it came to plays. There were other band references like Foo Fighters and things like that. See, that was the thing, like my character was like a huge Foo Fighters fan.
I mean, shit, what's a goddamn cover? Write a goddamn hit. You better write a hit, that's what I care about. Is people writing hits like the fucking Foo Fighters.
And Brandon's character was, a widespread panic guy. So I recently uploaded it to YouTube, well, a couple years ago, just to kind of see how it would do. And I blended all the, good parts of our episodes together.
So, man, I come home the other night. This motherfucker's drunk in the goddamn Ole Miss frat girl on fucking Reefies and Michelob Ultra. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's all like, man, I'm just fucking drunk as hell. Wake up this morning, hell, I find the motherfucker cutting the goddamn hose off the washing machine that I'm trying to sell out back of my fucking house, man. Well, I catch the motherfucker out by his car, trying to huff some gasoline. Next thing I know, he's trying to light up a cigarette the wrong goddamn way. Mustache went up in flames. Which is a really good thing, because it used to look like a big old bag of mashed up dicks.
I did this shortly after Brandon had passed away. I got the news of him passing away on the way to a gig. I just remember, I don't know. Brandon was always good to me. Anytime he saw that I had a problem, he's like, whose ass we gotta go beat? You know what I mean? Like, he was always there for me. And there's been a lot of times recently in the past couple of years where I really needed him.
I need to find my buddy real quick. Hey, man. Shut the fuck up, man. We got some business to take care of.
Better fucking go somewhere with that bullshit. Damn, boy. Give a motherfucker about 5 seconds to get up. Shit.
And I was kind of bummed out because, I had moved on in my life, so to speak. And then during the pandemic, I went back to Jackson. And, I wanted to hang out with him, but I put it off to, play music and hang out with my new friends and all this kind of stuff. And I never got a chance to see him. And so when he passed away, it was hard. Still hard.
Now, man, if I'm gonna help you out with this shit, we're gonna listen to what I wanna listen to. Excuse me? Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of who Maga John is. Really, he's kind of just the rebirth of the Fondren white trash guy. He never had a name. We never had a name for any of these characters. It was just always it was either the Fondren white trash guy or the I can't stand widespread panic guy. And yeah, I mean, this was back when going viral was like a really big deal. You had a lot of opportunities come your way, and I paid my bills just off that one video for like a solid year. So it was really cool, and yeah, I'll never forget it.